We got way more Ghost of Tsushima info from the developers, including how to get the best rewards in the game, interesting info about our mount, the difficulty modes and what they change, and way more. So let's run down all the new info in this video. A like would be super appreciated. And let's go. As you might know, I'm doing a giveaway for the Ghost of Tsushima Digital Deluxe Edition. All you need to do is follow the link in the pinned comment for a chance to win. You have to be a subscriber as well before you enter, and good luck. I will reach out to the winner the week of release, so there's still time to get the pre-order bonuses as well. And the Digital Deluxe Edition gives you some cosmetic items like a golden mask, a body armor, sword kit and horse saddle. And now we learned that the armor sets indeed have different pieces, and we actually saw this a little bit in the state of play as well. Still curious if there is a bonus for wearing a full set of armor, but we at least now know that you can mix and match and find the right stats for the build that you would like. The katana is our only melee weapon that we can use during combat. It's a family heirloom that will likely be connected to the story as well. And we now learned that you can improve the stats and appearance of the sword over the course of the game. There is no dual wielding sadly, although the ghost with the most on Reddit did spot this charm of dual destruction in the state of play footage, but I would imagine that this likely linked to the chain assassinate, where you of course take out multiple enemies with one ability. So yes, we can upgrade our sword, we have gear sets, and the charms are another way to customize our character and apply bonuses like slowly recovering health while out of combat, and you can put them then on specific armor parts. Still fingers crossed that we get a look at the actual gear menu before the release, because again, as I said before, this looks like a sub menu when selecting a charm that you want to equip. But like, if we see the actual gear menu, we know how many pieces of armor there are and just how deep the customization really goes. While traveling, Jin will come upon a number of towns which are full of vendors and the opportunity to find more side stories. Nate Fox, the game director on the game, mentions. And we know that in the vendors we can buy and upgrade our gear. Ixay reached out to me on Twitter at JorRaptor saying that we likely saw one of the settlements on the map already, and that's actually how Horizon Zero Dawn would indicate small towns or cities as well, but I don't think this means that we should expect like large settlements like Meridian in Horizon Zero Dawn, or of course the cities that we saw in the Assassin's Creed games. I think these will be smaller towns, but I would love to be wrong. And in these smaller towns we can also find side stories. And while the game will have side stories that are brief, others will wrap Jin up in interesting characters, giving players an opportunity to learn more about his island and his new friends. And we saw one of these larger side missions in the E3 2018 gameplay demo, I think, where you fight with and later against Masako. And I think we will have more missions with this character, because we also see this short cutscene that in the state of play was used to highlight the Japanese voice track, where I think we see Masako again. So she's likely one of the characters who we get a deep connection with through the side quest. Not only do these stories provide a greater perspective on the invasion, but they offer some of the best rewards in the game. So likely when finishing the large quest line with Masako, we get a cool unique armor set or something, meaning that engaging in the side content will be super rewarding. And I really love this, because this was not always the case in games like this. But sure, if you just want to follow the main story, then that is still possible. You will just miss many items and armor sets that you can get in the side content. And apart from the side missions, of course, exploring the world will also have you unlock upgrades and secrets that you can miss otherwise. The game has a day and night cycle and a dynamic weather system that you will of course notice when exploring Tsushima Island, and sometimes it's actually tied to a specific region as well to give it more of a personality. Like we already saw snow in a specific region, so that is likely tied to that. And sometimes the weather and day and night cycle is tied to story moments, so a particular mission only takes place during night. But overall things should be dynamic, so change over time. And we talked about the animals being dynamic as well in a previous video, like they will attack enemies, but you as well. And the developers now note that we can actually get upgrade resources from these specific animals once defeated. While first it was kind of unclear, and we thought like maybe killing animals would not give any sort of reward. So it's likely that hunting is not really an activity in this game, but when you do come across some predators, you can take them out and will be rewarded. And when we get attacked by these animals, our horse cannot die, like we won't lose it forever. It will actually be our partner throughout the whole game. And now we learned that you actually choose a horse early in the game, so that also explains why we saw different like variants of the horses in the many trailers. I really hope that you can switch it up halfway through or whenever you want at a specific vendor. That would be nice, but we don't know if that's possible. And our horse will of course take us everywhere on land, but we cannot swim to the boats that we see there in the distance, although everything on land should be reachable. And we see Jin use a flute here when looking over the map, and that's actually something you can do whenever you want, but I'm not sure if there's like a special effect to it. Right now it just seems like a fun extra, and we do see the game being saved here in the footage. Not sure if that is linked, but it would be interesting if you have to play the flute to save the game, although again, I'm not sure if that's the case. We also learned more about the difficulty settings. There are namely 3, easy, normal and hard, and on hard the enemies are for example more aggressive. But what will not change depending on the difficulty mode is the health of the enemies, to maintain the lethality of the katana. And this kind of reminds me of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, where also with one hit of the lightsaber you would still kill any stormtrooper no matter what difficulty. Nate Fox notes that easy is more for people who want to explore the island, enjoy the story and still be occasionally tested by a worthy opponent. And we already learned, by the way, that you can change the difficulty at any time if you want. We are confident to say that if you want a satisfying story in a big, content-rich world with lots to do and see and lots of characters to get to know, you will find what you are looking for in Ghost of Tsushima. And I really can't wait to finally be playing this game on my PS4 Pro, but it's good to know that both The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima will receive PS5 support, according to a Eurogamer report. Sony themselves already said that The Last of Us Part 2 will run without issue on PS5, so Ghost should be in the same boat, you would think, right? Totally subscribe if you haven't already to miss nothing regarding Ghost of Tsushima. I will keep you up to date on the latest details, when there's new gameplay, and of course when the game releases. I will have a ton of tips and tricks up on the channel. A like on the video would be super appreciated. And totally check out my previous Ghost of Tsushima video with way more info by clicking on the screen. For now, stay safe and goodbye.